Okay, I'm going to talk to you today about being an athlete or being someone that even perspires, okay, and not cooling down properly from a walk, a run, tennis, lacrosse, soccer, football, baseball, lifting weights, karate, boxing, wrestling, gymnastics, okay, all of that, okay, including ice hockey. You still have to cool down from ice hockey. When you don't cool down properly, and I'm going to tell you what that is. Cooling down properly is like when I finish with any kind of a run, what do? I usually walk about 200, yeah, maybe 200, maybe 100, about 150 to 400 meters. I do a slow walk. I dawdle. But as soon as I feel my temperature start to drop, I make sure I get inside my home. And that within 3.5 minutes, I kid you not, within 5 minutes, but usually within 3.5 minutes, I make sure my top gear comes off and I put on something dry, or I pat it down with a towel. I make sure I'm completely dry, okay? And I make sure I put on dry stuff on my skin. Then I take a shower, okay? Or I take it off and I'm in the shower room and boom, I go in. I take it all off and I go shower and take it in. Now what that does is it helps our muscles not get too chilled and then seize up. You don't want to have your muscles constantly do this when they're not being active for the right reason, like in contracting when you go to run and you lift your leg a certain way, your hip flexor fires, your hamstring fires, your calf fires. That's normal, okay? But you don't want to have it where it gets a chill, so it's a back and forth like this. That's not good. It helps, or I should say, it inhibits proper function in your muscular structure, which is everywhere in your body, pretty much everywhere, all right? So what would that do? It lowers your immune system because your muscles, you got muscles all around your lungs, right? You're breathing, okay? All of that. And when you do that, then the body has to work twice as hard to work the lungs, the muscles, just in basic movement. So now you're taking away, your body has to work so much harder to warm up from those chills that are unnecessary. So what happens is, after a while, the immune system gets so taxed because it's chipping in. What happens? You're available to pick up any virus or bacteria, cold, whatever. All right. So you're also affecting your autoimmune system, not just your immune system. Now, some people will get muscle cramps from this, and then it'll go into a strain or a pull. Well, yesterday I saw two different people had two different results from not cooling down properly, and probably not proper rehydration or hydration. And both of them were young, and both of them were teenagers. One of them was my daughter, and I had warned her for 9 months that if she didn't cool down from running properly, if she just came in and sat down, it was a problem. Just came in and sat down. And she would see me go right towards the shower room. I'd be ripping my sneakers off and like, come on, I'm going to jump in for 30 seconds and you follow me. Come up. Well, she's sick, like sick, for the first time, missing school for the first time since she was 3 years old, and she's 14 and a half, or 3.5, 14. It's 11 years that she really, I think she had one other sick day, but she wasn't really that sick. Now she's really that sick, all right? The other one was a friend's child who plays a sport and is vigorous, and she told me about this chill that she got and this and that, and I said, and we talked about hydration. She realized she wasn't hydrated enough, but the reason why it happened was not just her hydration before and after her sport. It was that she doesn't cool down properly, and she wasn't dressed properly on the lower part of her body, so it affected her. And instead of being sick, she missed a day of school because she couldn't move her body properly because her whole back was seizing up with her hips. So that's why you cool down. That's why you get even if your gear is not wet, you get off the stuff you were practicing in or playing in or whatever it was, whether you're walking, running, hockeying, golfing, footballing, whatever you were doing, you get that off, you towel off or you dry off with something that's dry, then you put on dry stuff and warm stuff, put on an extra layer. So even if it's kind of like summertime out, you're walking into an air-conditioned home or school or whatever, all right? You dry off really quick. If you can get in the shower within 5 minutes, that's even better. But you got to take that top stuff off, and then take the lower stuff off. But the top stuff is really important. Your lungs are here and everything. You know, your spleen. You know, your spleen right over here. Okay, that's part of your immune system. So, if you don't want frozen shoulder, if you don't want lower back pain, if you don't want to have the common cold or some kind of bacteria, virus, yada, 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 then think about that. That might be one of the reasons why you always wonder why you get this ache or that cramp or this muscle pull. And that's probably one of your problems. It probably is one of your problems. And hydration, proper hydration. Well, that's it for now. That's food for thought. Take care and be safe. Have a great day.